In the state of Alaska, there's two different kinds of dangers from tsunamis that result. One is from a local source tsunami, which is close in to the shore. In that event, you'll feel the ground shaking, and if you feel the ground shaking, if you're in a coastal area that's threatened by tsunamis, and you feel the ground shaking and can't stand up for, say, 20 seconds or more, or have difficulty standing, you need to get to high ground immediately. There won't be time to issue a warning for the formal public systems. You need to immediately get to high ground. The other situation we face in the state of Alaska is a tsunami from a distant source, one that's farther out from the ocean coming in. Sometimes you may feel an earthquake from that, you may not at all. It may be miles and miles away. In the case of that, you will receive a warning from public officials through the Tsunami Warning Center, through the State of Alaska Homeland Security and Emergency Management Office, and down through your local officials. There's 4 levels of information that you need to be aware of if a tsunami potentially is generated. The first is a tsunami information statement. Those information statements are provided by the Tsunami Warning Center when an earthquake is within a certain range of the coast and might be felt. Generally, they are statements that alert you that an earthquake may have happened, but they don't anticipate a widespread tsunami. It's just a heightened awareness statement, something to be aware of. They're putting on a statement to give you information, but there's no action required on your part. The second is a watch. The Tsunami Warning Center issues a watch when they are processing a tsunami hazard and deciding whether they need to take further information actions on it. Watch means you are to be ready to act if you need to, but to take no action at this time. It is a notice to you to be aware that there could be a need to act because an event has happened, and yet it's still being evaluated. The third one, then there's 2 additional ones that require actual action on your part: an advisory and a warning. An advisory means that a tsunami has been generated or is predicted to impact a coastal area, but will not inundate or come up on land. It will be an effect in the local harbors, currents along the beaches, and it means to get people off the beach, to clear the beaches, and be prepared for dangerous currents inside the harbor areas. Tsunamis create different tides and different movements of water that are very, very destructive, even though the salt water does not come up on land. So an advisory, if you're issued an advisory in your community and you're in a coastal area, it means to clear the beaches and to be ready for damage and strange currents inside the harbor areas. The final one, and the most serious and most important, is a tsunami warning. A tsunami warning is issued when there is an earthquake that generates, or some other mechanism that generates, a tsunami or saltwater wave that is expected to come up on land. We need to take that very seriously and evacuate immediately to high ground. In the event that you don't have a specified evacuation route or place to go in an evacuation, a good rule of thumb is to get 100 feet above sea level or a mile inland.